Observation model bubble for second activity. Observation characteristics is a female age 20. Her developmental stage is an adult. Her stage of learning is a beginner. Her mental status is extremely confident and enthusiastic. Her task characteristics is complexity is low because mainly the upper body is used, which is arms, shoulders, hands, and elbows. The classification is discrete. It has a specific beginning and end. We are using fine motor skills because its precision is needed when using this task. And we're doing it in an open environment because we have a person playing in the background with the ball. Where we're doing this in training. Y is for skills to learn different methods of taping the gamekeeper's thumb. What is using passive? We are not going to engage the observer by asking them questions, but simply introducing them on what is being done. We're using relative timing, which we look at arms, shoulders, hands, elbows, and spine. Who is skilled? The observer knows the skill but wants to learn different techniques for taping. How? We're using mirror image will be occurring on the observer as they are instructed for deeper learning of the feel of the tightness of the taping. Speed will be in real time. Frequency, skilled person controls it because of the time it takes to tape and the amount of time that it's needed to be used for taping. When it will be during, the outcome will be motor. Feedback model of second activity. Observer characteristics. A female age 20. Her developmental stage is an adult. Her stages of learning is a beginner. Her mental status is extremely confident and enthusiastic. Her task characteristics is complexity low because mainly the upper body is being used, again the arms, shoulders, hands, and elbows. Her classification is discrete. It has a specific start and end. We're using fine motor skills because precision is needed when doing this to skill. We're doing it in an open environment where we will be doing in training. Y for skill purposes, learning how to tape the gamekeeper's thumb. What is we're using knowledge of performance. We're looking at hand placement, body position, and how to angle the hand. We are using prescriptive because the observer is a beginner and does not know what errors to beware or even certain paths to take. Who? We use the skilled person. She was successful in completing a taping course with an A. How? We use verbal feedback because Rymel said so. When? We use terminal augmentation feedback. It is better not to backtrack on taping because it can loosen or become less sticky. Our outcome was motor. Our additional concept used was whole part practice by using simplifications. We simplified the skill by using yarn and pre-wrap to get down the motion patterns of the skill. Our attentional demand focused only on the start and finish of the taping and getting down a smooth path and pinching the tape at the end.
Gamekeeper's thumb was originated in Scotland, where the typical injury would occur when hunters, or also known as gamekeepers, would break the necks of rabbits, which would cause too much force on the thumb, injuring or tearing the ulnar collateral ligament, also known as the UCL. Today, it is known more as skier's thumb, which is caused when a skier lands on their pole or falls and puts too much force in their thumb, causing the actual tear. Although skier's thumb is not exclusive to just this sport, it is also common in other sports such as baseball, basketball, volleyball, or even in a typical day if you were to fall. Different ways to place your hand when doing the actual gamekeeper's thumb. So you can either have it like this, like that, more so having it like this, and that's about it. Are you ready to tape today? Yeah, I'm ready to tape. Okay, we're gonna start off by doing a gamekeeper stem. So the first thing you want to do is cut the tape in half, and you're gonna go ahead and take just one strip of the tape. The next step I'm gonna have you do is hold out your hand like this, spread your fingers apart. Okay. So your starting position is gonna be having the tape be in the middle of the thumb. You really want to focus on this aspect, that way it's more secure. And you're going to make your way around the index finger all the way back to your starting position, back to the middle. The last step would be to just pinch the middle of the tape in between. That way it's preventing you from overextending. So you can tape either standing up or sitting down. There's also errors that could happen in between taping. One error that could occur is not having the right hand placement, which can cause you to tape the unnecessary fingers. So for gamekeeper stem, you would want to tape these two, but if you have the wrong hand placement, you could accidentally tape these. Another error that could occur is cutting the tape too short, and it won't make its way around the fingers if it's too short. Another error could happen if you backtrack on the taping. That would obviously cause wrinkles, and then the tape will not stick to the actual fingers. Okay, so now we're going to simplify it by using the yarn. Here you go. So good job on pinching it at the end. Now we're going to practice with some pre-wrap. There you go. So good job on following the movement pattern, along with letting the pre-wrap go wherever it wanted to go. So the final step is to now do it with the actual tape. So good job on cutting the tape. Okay, so now we're just going to focus on you starting and ending at the right positions. So now we're going to focus on pinching the tape in the middle. So now we're going to put it all together. Perfect job on keeping it wrinkle-free, along with doing it all in one shot.